For the 100% cheapest coins on the internet with reliable delivery and quick customer support, check out my sponsor MMOEXP by clicking the link at the top of the description and use code SWIFT at checkout for 5% off. Salsa family, and today I'm coming back at you guys with another Madden 21 video on the channel, and in today's video we have another no money spent episode. And now in this episode we are going to be making a 99 overall team upgrade absolutely free. I'm going to show you guys exactly how I do that in today's video, and let's get into this one. Now as I show you guys the offense right here, which is what we're going to be focusing on in today's video, scroll down and leave a like if you do enjoy the content, hit that sub button if you're new, and let's get into it. Okay, so there's two upgrades that I want to focus on in today's video. The first one is going to be an upgrade we're going to make to a 99 overall player, which is literally going to be free, and the second one is a player that I did just pick up a couple of days ago who has been absolutely awesome for me and was really cheap. And now that first card is going to be 99 overall Robert Woods at the tight end position. Robert Woods is sitting at 97 speed and 97 acceleration. That is wild for a tight end, and he also has a 99 run blocking, which got boosted up by the creator, so the guy can block even though he is 6 foot 200 pounds, which is absolutely awesome. Now otherwise, look at the route running, look at the catching stats, they are all absolutely perfect for a tight end, and I feel like the stigma that tight ends need to be taller in Madden really isn't that true. How often are you really throwing up the ball to your tight end in like a jump ball situation? It just simply doesn't happen. So having a wide receiver, or like a kind of wide receiver at tight end, feels like an effective way to do it, especially if they're able to run block, and this card can absolutely run block with 99 run block, so that's why I think this card is absolutely awesome. And in my opinion, if you're looking for a new tight end, or even if you have one of the top tight ends in the game, Robert Woods is someone to consider upgrading to, or kind of downgrading when it comes to price, because as we compare this card in price to players like George Kittle, Jeremy Shockey, Vernon Davis, some of those other higher end tight ends in Madden, their prices are either similar to Robert Woods or Robert Woods is cheaper. So in my opinion, this feels like an upgrade or a card that almost every single person should be making. The stats on him are awesome, he's super versatile, and the only real knock on the card is that he's a little bit smaller, but in my opinion that's not a big deal in Madden because you're not really throwing the ball up to your tight ends. And now before we get into the second upgrade, which we're going to be making live in the video, which is going to be a free 99 overall player, I want to talk about the price of Robert Woods, and then at the end of the video what I'm probably going to do is I'll probably get into some of the additional upgrades that I'm planning on making in the future, and then we'll do another episode like this for the defensive side of the ball because we did make a couple of changes over there. So Robert Woods right here, as you guys can see, the golden ticket version of the card, it isn't all that expensive, selling for a price of around 300k, actually under 300,000 coins. That is absolutely wild. And let's compare that to some of the other tight ends in the game to see, oh, is that Robert Woods card more expensive or less expensive than the 98 and 99 overall players? And as we make that comparison, Woods is going to be selling for a very similar price as most of the tight ends in the game. Kyle Pitts, he's basically the same price as that card. As we scroll down even more though, let's say you have someone like Shannon Sharp, let's say you have someone like George Kittle, who I had, I would say that Robert Woods plays better than George Kittle for me, and the card is almost 400,000 coins cheaper than him, so you can make 400k and make that switch to Robert Woods from George Kittle, and you're not going to see a very big difference in play. In fact, I would say Robert Woods is maybe a little bit better. He's obviously faster, and you're going to be making coins as well. So that's what I feel like is kind of a must-have upgrade in this video. Now, the second upgrade we're going to be making live is also kind of a must, and this is something I talked about before, to get ourselves a 99 overall offensive lineman absolutely free. Now, this is a method that I talked about on the channel, I want to say about 2 weeks ago. I'll leave a video linked in the description, which is going to go much more in depth into the way this one works, but essentially what we're doing here today is we are going into the Mike Evans set, and we are completing this set for the same price that Mike Evans sells for. Now, the key part of the set is that you get the 98 overall player for free as a knot when you complete the set. So essentially what I do is I complete the set, I sell off Mike Evans, and then I'm going to use the Paul Gruber on my team. We'll power him up, he'll go up to a 99 overall, and that is basically a free 99 overall we're getting. Now, what I want to do right here is ensure that you guys are getting these cards for the right prices, because you want to make sure you're getting this set done at the cheapest cost possible to ensure that Mike Evans sells for the same price. Now, currently Mike Evans is up for around 600k, and to start with, let's get into these lower overall players. So for the lower overall team builders, you can obviously go into these two sets right here. Let's quickly take a look at the prices of the two sets. The first one is going to be this one right here. Now, this set should be costing you under 50k in my opinion. You can easily get these 83s for a price of around 3,000 coins or less. You get the 85s for a price of around 5k or or less, and all said and done, that's going to be a total cost of 47k if you guys get the cards at those price points. Now, obviously, you can easily get them for cheaper. I'm not even filtering down on these filters. I would assume you could probably do this first one for around 40k, but I put down 50k, and we're erring on the side of caution for this one. Now, next up again, you guys are going to want to try and hit that 50,000 coin threshold on this set right here. This one could be a little bit more expensive. You could end up spending a bit closer to like 55k on this set, but again, 85's at the same price, 83's at the same price, 87's at a price of around 7k, and that's going to allow you to complete the set at a fairly inexpensive rate. I would say around 50,000 coins for real for this one, probably about 40k for the other one. Now, next up, this set right here should be costing you around 100,000 coins. I talked about this in a coin making method a few days ago, and it should be costing you 100k to do this. Now, obviously, what I would also recommend you guys do is you also want to check the prices of the players when they're already completed before doing the set. So go in and take a look at the prices of the cards, because what I was actually able to do is I filtered it down on my selected set, and I saw that the kicker right here, or sorry, the player that was a 95 overall team builder, he was only up for 95k. So instead of doing the set, I actually bought the player. So it's really whatever's cheaper. Either it's cheaper to do the set, or it's cheaper to buy the player. Check the price of the player first before doing the set, and if the price of the player is inexpensive, it's not worth your time doing the set and then getting maybe a similar cost. So I was able to buy the Ryan Suck Up, and then finally we have Ollie Marpet right here. You want to get this card for around 120k. We're gonna go into the sets right here, and that's what you guys can do for the card. Or if you would like to, you can obviously buy the card for 120 if he's up on the block at that rate. Go on into your Series 4 set, and then typically these Team of the Week cards, they sell for a little bit more than those team builders. The requirements are the same for this set as the team builder set, but the Team of the Week players are a little bit more expensive, so it's about 120k for that set. Now, all said and done, at this point, you guys should have spent about 320k, and all we need is that final Paul Gruber card. And to get this card, we are going to go on into our sets, and we are going to try and do this for around 250k. Let me show you guys how. So step number one, we need our lower overall 85 to 86 overall players. We need 10 of these cards. We know these cards are up for around 5k. 5 times 10, very simple math. That is 50k for these cards right here. You can honestly sometimes get them for a little bit cheaper, maybe 4.2k per card. So that is what you want for the 85. Now, next up, we have our 90 overall players, and we typically want to get these cards for around 18k. That's going to be about 110k invested into the 90s. It's not going to be that hard to find these snipes. It's a little bit harder than the 85s, but take some filters and you'll be able to find these cards for 18 to 20k. Even if you spend 20k on it and you end up spending a total cost of 120,000 coins, it really is what it is. It's not the end of the world. So around 18 to 20k for these cards is kind of the price range you're looking for your 90s. And then finally for Levante David right here, you guys are not buying this card on the block. You guys are going to be doing the Team of the Year Fantasy Pack to get this card. Now, the Team of the Year Fantasy Pack right here is a pack in the store that costs you 46,000 training points, and it gives you any Team of the Year player, so you can select Levante David. And now currently training is selling for around a 2 CPT, filtered down by the equality 96 to 97. Go buy Ultimate Legends, and you'll want to buy an Ultimate Legend for around 90,000 coins in order to get your CPT of 2. Now, when we apply that 2 CPT to the pack, you guys will see that we do 45,000 times 2. That is 90k on that card, which is then going to bring the total up to 250k to get yourself that Paul Gruber player. So let's do the set for my guy Paul live in the video. We are going to get ourselves that 98 overall player for a price of around 250k, which is a little bit less expensive than it costs to buy the card on the auction block. And all said and done, we are spending 570,000 coins on this set to get ourselves the Mike Evans and then sell off the Mike Evans. Now, what's probably going to happen right here is likely Mike Evans might only go for like 550 or 520k after tax, but with the card that we previously had in the starter position, I'm assuming that most of you guys had a starter in there that was selling for at least 30 to 40 coins. Our starter was actually selling for 100k, so we are going to make coins and make this upgrade in the video, which is awesome because we can also sell off the starter like I said before, and that's going to kind of add to the amount of coins we get right here. So we're doing this set. We are putting in all the players that we did end up getting. I believe I bought Bradley Pinion and Ryan Suck Up on the block. I did the set for Ollie Marpet and OJ Howard, and of course we just did the set for Paul Gruber. We are doing the Mike Evans Buccaneers Team Master. Sell off the Mike Evans for 600k or however much he's going for on the auction block, and then we are going to start the Paul Gruber. Also, the animation is absolutely fire. It's worth doing this method just to see that animation right there on your screen. Mike Evans will put up for around 600,000 coins. He should sell at that price, and now all we need to do is we need to power up our Paul Gruber, and we are going to add that man to the team. Let's do that right here, and then we'll get rid of our current starter. So while we do this power up right here, we might need a little bit of training. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to power down my Tyron Smith card first, and then we'll do the Paul Gruber power up after that. And while we do that, I want to talk about the future of the squad, what I'm thinking for the team. in the next coming weeks and stuff like that. Now we're going to focus on the offensive side of the ball, and what I'm starting to do on the offense is I'm starting to pick up a lot of gold 99 offensive linemen. The next one that I'm probably going to be grabbing is I'll probably be grabbing Will Shields. Now in my personal opinion, I feel like the best time to get Ultimate Legends in this game right now is about 2 to 3 weeks after they've come out. After they've come out, they go down to a price of around 300,000 coins to 500k, and that feels like a solid price to get these Ultimate Legends for, and that price doesn't really move a whole ton after that. It might go down to like 250, but I feel like after the first couple of weeks, that's when the price will go down to a point where it's definitely worth it to buy the cards. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to get Will Shields at my guard spot, and then that's going to leave me with only one other position on the O-line that I need to upgrade for. I believe I might have used my power-up pass on Tyron Smith, so we'll need to move that around again right here. But yeah, that's probably going to be the next upgrade, Will Shields on the O-line. Otherwise, I don't know if I should upgrade at wide receiver. Like, my wide receivers right now, they're good. They're not that amazing, but I feel like they have good enough stats. Like, they're at 99 speed. They have good archetypes, but do I want to get some players that are like Julio Jones? Because Julio Jones, he's also 99 speed, but you can notice a difference between him and someone like Marvin Harrison. So don't know if I'm going to make that upgrade in the future, but here is going to be the Paul Gruber card, 99 overall offensive lineman that we did just basically get for free. When I move my power-up pass around, I'm going to be able to sell off one of the other players that I moved that pass onto, and then that's going to give us even more coins and actually make us some coins on this method right here. So absolutely fire. Let's put the card into the team. We're adding our chemistries to him, of course. We're going to be putting Edge Protector on the card like we usually do, just to make sure that if we go up against someone that has something like Double or Nothing or has Edge Threat Elite, we're going to be protected over there, because if you don't have that, you're absolutely screwed if you go against someone that has an ability like that. And to be honest with you guys, I feel like offensive abilities, once you knock out your quarterback and your wide receiver ability that you want, there's really a lot of versatility with the way you can go on offense, and there's a lot of free AP, I would say, on offense, so it's definitely worth it to put on a couple of these offensive line abilities. Here is going to be the stats on Paul Gruber. They're going to be pretty solid, man. 98 strength, 99 awareness, 99 pass block, 99 pass block power. The pass block finesse is the only thing about the card that I think isn't the greatest. As you guys can see, that's at a 95. Otherwise, the run blocking stats are awesome right there. The strength is great. The height is good. The weight is solid. He's a little bit lighter, but he is going to be solid height at 6'5", so we can't complain about that right there. And then obviously this is a free 99 overall to help your overall and allow you to get that 99 in the future. So that's what I wanted to talk about in today's video, boys. Otherwise, the offense is looking the exact same as it had in the past. We were able to get ourselves RG3, AK-41, Julio Jones, but like I was saying, maybe some upgrades could come to Sterling Sharp and Marvin Harrison. I'm not going to show you guys the defense because we are going to save that for another video. But yeah, next upgrade is probably going to be Will Shields at right guard. Hopefully that doesn't cost me a ton. I mean, it's probably only going to cost me 300k for the set. I sell off Brendan Sheriff for 100k, and that's not a crazy amount of coins. And then yeah, that's probably going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys have enjoyed. We picked up Robert Woods, but I think a lot of people should be getting. We picked up Paul Gruber for free, a 99 overall player for free. And yeah, that is going to do it for me, boys. Until next time, fellas, I am out. Peace.